Good morning. I think it's a blustery morning here in Northumberland, and I'm heading up to one of my favourite places, Rothley Folly. I've never done one of these videos for a long time. Yeah, this whole area here is an Iron Age fort, and you can understand why they would pick this spot. You've got command and views in just about every direction, and you might have spotted there over my shoulder is the folly itself, Rothley Folly. I'm not sure when Rothley Folly was built, and I'm sure I've read about it before, and something tells me it's not that old, you know, it's maybe 150 years old or something. I will put my corrections on the screen because I'm probably wrong.
Rothley Folly is situated near Scots in Northumberland. It was designed in 1755 by the owner of Wallington Hall, so I'm only about 150 years out, but you'll forgive me for that.
Whenever you're going out for a walk, it's always good to have a focal point, something where you're heading for. And yeah, Rothley Folly, it's always been a good one. So I'm hoping there's no one up there at the moment. Let's go and see. Today, I've got cows to contend with. Now, I love cows, but one thing you can't take for granted is that they love you. And that can be quite dangerous if you're not careful. So I'm gonna approach the folly carefully. I'm gonna make sure that there's either big ditches or rocks between them and me if they did decide to charge over, which I don't think they will. They look pretty settled, sitting there out of the wind. But I'm not going to take any chances. You shouldn't take any chances when it comes to cows.
There's a lot of history in this area. Not only do you have the Iron Age settlement nearby, but apparently there was a real medieval tower that stood on this site, and strangely demolished around about 1900. I don't know why you'd do that, which makes me suspect whether that story is actually true.
I thought it was going to be my typical walk out the day where I drive a good sort of hour to get somewhere, then it just starts to pour of rain. It hasn't today. Well, it's blooming windy. I always wondered what the motivation was to build this thing. But whatever it was, it's marvellous. And that's the point. It's like a curiosity, you know. It makes you come up here and ask questions about it. Why was this here? Was it here to ward off the Scots? Maybe it was. But I don't think it goes back that far. I'll double check though. The thing about coming out and into the countryside, making these videos, I know a lot of people are doing this kind of thing now, and I think it's great because you're kind of sharing experiences with others. But I think whenever you come out, you've got to not just get consumed in the video making. You've got to put the camera down and just soak up where you are. I mention Rothley Folly to lots of people, just never heard of it. The think if you live in Northumberland, if you live in the northeast, you've got to come and visit this place at least once. And this is one of the fake towers where I'm standing in now. I don't know if it was ever fully built as a tower. I don't think it ever was. I think the whole thing was built as a ruin to look like a ruin.
The Iron Age fort nearby, which we know very little about, though there are many of these type of Iron Age forts surrounded by circular ditches around Northumberland. They come from a period of prehistory where we can only assume they were used as some sort of fortification or maybe used for ceremonial purposes. I'm heading over to another one of the follies, also known as one of the Rothley Follies, Codger Fort, and it's an interesting structure as well.
So is this a part of Rothley Follies? Is it Rothley Follies plural, or has this got a different name? I really need to check on the map. But again, it's just a fantastic structure, and it looks like it's been designed not just to be a folly, but to be useful as well. There's shelter for animals. They can crawl in here, which they clearly do. Or there's like a pen area there where they can sort of shelter from the winds coming across from the west.
Well, once again, thanks for watching the video this far. I always appreciate a like and comments, and please subscribe. Apparently that helps in some way. See you on the next one.